Hello, sports fans, and welcome back to another episode of Vanderbilt Dynasty. We have officially finished Season 2, and we finished it with a 38-13 loss to Tennessee. We finished Season 3 and 9, and it was rough, considering it was even worse than Season 1, where we went 5 and 7. But in this video, we will have the offseason. Hopefully, we don't really lose too many players. Hopefully, we can improve the team quite a bit, get some good recruits, maybe some transfers. And, yeah, we've got to find a way to improve this team. Can't be going 3 and 9 every season. Got to be rebuilding Vanderbilt, not keeping them equally as bad. But we'll start off by simming to the next week, which I believe will be the Army-Navy week. And then we got conference championships. And then the playoffs. Armand Warley, okay. He commits. I forgot to talk about guys who were close to commit, but Warley commits. Oh no, Ben Everett's going to Kentucky. Oh, that's annoying. I really wanted to get him. And curious to see if we got some risks of transfers. Oh man, that's so annoying. Ben Everett is going to Kentucky. Really want to see if we can get him. Seems like a very good player. But yeah, we get to recruiting. We've got obviously a bunch of commits, but tackles I've talked about a ton. Everett going to Kentucky, very unfortunate. Seems like a good player. A pass protector. Not the best size at 6'4", 276 to play tackle, but thought he could have been good enough. But Caleb Tranquil, the other guy, I think we're going to try to get. We are currently first for him ahead of Pitt. Have 65 hours on him, and he can definitely stick at tackle at 6'5", 318. And he's got 69 pass block, 70 run block. And then Cortez Kike probably going to be our second option at tackle. Obviously, we do have John Kunn. Like, he's more of a run blocker. And then Jalen Wing, I did see we're in first with him, but just not really sure what's going on with him. I don't think... If he commits, great. If he doesn't, no big deal. That's kind of what I'm thinking with him, because he can only pass block, and you do want good pass blockers on the outside, but 59 run block is just so bad. But, yeah, I think I'm also going to take these hours off Marwin Azur. He just doesn't seem the greatest. Like, we are in the lead, the only team to offer him, but seems alright, but I'm not too focused on him right now. More focused on Tranquil and Kike. But I'll take a look at the rest of recruiting. We've got 200 hours to spend, and we'll see where we can put those hours, and then we'll get into the rest. So I've got our recruiting hours down to 30, and I think we're just going to keep them there because we're in a really good spot with just about everybody. I added some more hours to our receivers, put 50 on all of them, but I mean, we're in a good spot with all of them. The only team to offer 3 of these guys. And Rayshawn Dennis, offered by LSU, and probably going to go there. Put a hard sell on him. Maybe we can get him, but not so sure on that. And then tight ends, got a couple here. Only team to offer both of them. I talked about tackles already. Armand Warley, a power rusher who committed. And Martin Hutton, another power rusher. Sending the house on him, he's from Wisconsin. 6'3", 245, 78 power moves, 84 speed. He's also got he's a 3-star gem, so probably worth trying to get. But otherwise, we've got middle linebacker, we've got 3 corners, got one of each safety. We're in a really good spot, plus whatever transfers we can get. But yeah, I think we're in a really good spot with a lot of our recruits and putting together a very good recruiting class despite being 3 and 9. But we start the offseason, and first we will take a look at our stats. They're bad. Nate Johnson, 2,494 yards, 21 touchdowns, which is way up from Season 1, but 28 interceptions. Now, I didn't throw all of them. I believe he had a 5-interception game when we were playing the moments towards the end of the season, but 28 picks, boy, that is bad. In Season 1, I think it was like 19 and... or 8 and 19? Yeah, 8 and 19. And then Johnson also ran for 10 touchdowns in Season 1, 6 this year, and 635 yards. He also fumbled 6 times. But here are rushing stats. Nate Johnson actually our leading rusher in terms of carries and yards. He had 635 yards, 6 touchdowns. Boy at 500 yards, 3 touchdowns. And Gillespie 481 yards and 4 touchdowns. Bell also 61 yards and a touchdown. Take a look at receiving. Micah Bell, he had a nice season. Hopefully he doesn't leave us in the transfer portal with his brand exposure deal breaker. But he had 52 catches, 782 yards, and 10 touchdowns. He had a nice season. Charlotte, pretty good year as well. He should be back for next season. Stowers, would have liked to get him a little bit more involved. But pretty good season. Deontay Tam, the true freshman. 13 catches, 132 yards, and a touchdown. And then defensively, our tackles leader was true freshman Darren Hart with 98 tackles. We had a bunch of tackles for loss. Bolware McPherson, wow. Alan McPherson at corner. He had a really good year. He's got 14 tackles for loss. Linus Zunk with 12. Patterson and Mann each with 9 as well. And then sacks. Bolware had 6. Mann had 5.5. Zunk had 5. 2.5 for McPherson and Patterson. 2 for Cowan. And a bunch of other guys with small contributions. Interceptions, 2 for Burry, Hamby, and Fontenette. 1 for Zunk, Cowan, Hardrick, Rinaldi, Lackey, and Gaskins. Pass deflections, 6 for McPherson, 4 for Gaskins, 4 for Patterson. Then 2 for Burry and Lackey, and 1 for Fontenette. Forced fumbles, 2 forced fumbles for McPherson, 1 for Patterson, and 1 for Zunk. Definitely didn't force many fumbles. We did block 1 kick that came from Jalen Lackey, and didn't get a safety. And a few defensive touchdowns, Lackey, Zunk, Burry, Hamby, and Hardrick. And take a look at our kicking. It was better this season, but still not great. 8 of 12 for Brock Taylor, 66%, which isn't good, but I think I've gotten my confidence up as a kicker a little bit. Look at Brock Taylor. He went 8 of 12 this year, 8 of 14 last year, so still not very good. And 1 missed extra point each season. But can definitely be better, but I guess not terrible. Punting, we punted way too much. Kick returns, I mean, there's the yardage. Nothing too crazy. Same thing with punt returns. Well, those are our stats from Season 2. Player stats, that is. We'll get to our team stats, which hopefully they're decent. We're not going to be near the top of the country, so we'll just filter for the SEC. We were scoring only 25.8 points per game. I thought that would be a lot better. I think our offense was pretty decent this year, but apparently not. We have 210 first downs. Wow, that seems like a lot. Leading the SEC. We're also the #1 rush offense in the SEC. Wow. With the 4th worst passing offense. But that's surprising, and we were that good of a run game. Defensively, we weren't terrible, yardage-wise. Wow, we were top 5 in the conference against the pass. That seems kind of surprising. But we couldn't stop the run. Yeah, that makes sense. We also allowed 384 points, 2nd most in the SEC. 29 sacks were about middle of the pack. Or 3 forced... I thought it just said we forced 4 fumbles. But our 3 forced fumbles, not great. And then our interceptions, 12 is... What is that? 6th? Yeah. Look at conversion-wise, as far as the conference goes, we were about middle of the pack 3rd down-wise. On 4th down, we were actually 2nd best, 15 of 21. And we went 0 for 1 on 2-point attempts. Red zone efficiency, we got points on... Oh, that is not good. 42% of our red zone trips. That is awful. And... Wait, how does that make sense? Red zone points percentage. Wouldn't that be 50%? 50 trips, 21 touchdowns, 4 field goals. That's 25. It says points, not touchdown percentage. But, yeah, not sure how that's calculated. And then defensively, we allowed points 45% of the time. Well, that actually seems kind of decent. Compared to Ole Miss, who's allowing points 69% of the time. Penalties, we were not penalized at all. Just because I don't really think they call a ton of penalties in this game. And turnovers, it was really bad. We had a -19 turnover differential. That has to be worse in the country. It is, okay. We gave the ball away 33 times, which is by far worse in the country. 28 interceptions were most. We lost 5 fumbles, which is not the most. We had okay amount of takeaways. We had 14. Just went over those interceptions and fumbles. Yeah, those are stats from season 2. Not very good. We take a look at the top 25. There it is. Georgia still the only undefeated team at 12-0. Michigan, North Carolina, Clemson, Kansas State round out the top 5. All of them 10-3 or 10-2 rather. And then here's a look at the playoff bracket. Georgia, Michigan, North Carolina, Fresno State, and Charlotte, the teams who win their conferences or are projected to, and get the byes. Obviously, we will watch how the playoff plays out. But we'll advance to the next week. This is going to be through the Army-Navy week and to the Conference Championship week, I believe. There's Dennis going to LSU. Expected. Unfortunate, though. None of this stuff changes because we didn't play. Here's another look at the top 25. It's actually not going to change. Let's just see who won Army-Navy. It was Navy 37-6. Wow. But neither team is good. Navy went 3-9. Army went 4-8. But then in the conference championships, we got Sam Houston and Western Kentucky, both from the top 25, and 9-3. And the MAC is Miami and Central Michigan. The Big 12 was West Virginia. Wow, they were getting left out of the playoff, by the way. West Virginia and Arizona. And the Sun Belt was Troy and Georgia Southern. The SEC was Georgia against an unranked South Carolina. Wow, that's interesting. South Carolina, preseason top 5 team, by the way. Tulane and Charlotte for the AAC. Boise State and Fresno State for the Mountain West. Michigan and Illinois in the Big 10. And North Carolina, Clemson. Wow, that's a big one. Two top 5 teams in the ACC championship. But let's see. We can manage our staff. I'm not going to fire any of our coaches. They're probably not very good. I mean, we got a D+ offensive coordinator and a D- defensive coordinator, but I'm just going to stick with how it has been. And yeah, we will advance once again through the conference championship week. Nothing to do recruiting-wise. Kevin Robert commits. Receiver from Savannah, Georgia. Caleb Tranquil, left tackle from New Jersey, commits. That's it. We're in first for just about everybody except that guy. I don't know if I talked about him. Yeah, this stuff stays the same. There's Micah Bell right there. Very worried about him transferring. I'll talk about that more in a second. Cade Klubnik wins the Heisman Trophy. 51 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Wow. Unreal year for Cade Klubnik. Got a lot of stuff here. First, let's just see what went on in the conference championship week. First, we'll take a look at the scores. I'm just going to go over the Power 5 ones. Or I'll just scroll over so you can see them. But we got Arizona beating West Virginia 35-20. Troy destroyed Georgia Southern. Actually, I'll just go over them all. But Western Kentucky beats Sam Houston. Then Central Michigan over Miami. Troy destroyed Georgia Southern. Georgia beat South Carolina. Charlotte upset Tulane 30-17. That's an interesting one. Boise State upset Fresno State. Wow, that's going to knock them out of the playoffs, too. And it wasn't that close. 27-6. Michigan destroys Illinois. And wow, Clemson dominates North Carolina. Kind of surprising, considering those are 2 top 5 teams. But here's another look at the top 25. North Carolina falls to 7. Let's actually just review the playoff bracket. Georgia, Clemson, Michigan, Arizona State, the 4 byes. Charlotte gets in as the 12 seed, winning the American. Florida, Oregon is the 7-10 matchup blocked by my camera. Very interesting. I mean, Georgia's probably going to be the favorite to win that all. They haven't lost all year. It'll be very interesting to see how that plays out. We got a lot of stuff to do here. Few job offers. I'm not going to take them. We're rebuilding Vanderbilt. Oh, offensive coordinator Ole Miss. I'm not taking that, although it is interesting. Technically an upgrade. But we got a offensive coordinator job by Tulsa. We definitely don't want to do that. And offensive coordinators by Navy and New Mexico State as well. Interesting for Ole Miss, although definitely not taking it. But just interesting they offered us the job. Early National Signing Day. Let's see if any of our recruits have good development traits. Impact for John J. Fogg. Larry, I still have no idea how to say this guy's last name. He's got impact. Impact for Mitch Hill. Armand Warley with normal. Boogie Ture with impact. Antonio Sills with elite. Okay, like to see that. Schillinger with impact. Addison with elite. Okay. That's nice. LaBelle with star. Okay. France with impact. Ade with star. Quincy is normal. Sims is star. John Cunn is normal. Kumar is star. Robert normal. Tranquil impact. And we can get Dennis out of here because he's going to LSU. Very interesting. Pretty good. Would have liked to see a little bit more non-impact normal, but interesting. Especially somebody like a Gem 3-star PJ Kumar. Isaiah Sims might see the field very early as a true freshman. A top 100 player, star development trait. Definitely seems pretty good. That is early National Signing Day. Talk about managing staff. Staff moves. Just to see what happened. Miami's defensive coordinator went to the NFL. But, we had a few guys go to the NFL. Notre Dame's head coach went to the NFL. Interesting. And their offensive coordinator. But a bunch of guys obviously got fired. Like, a ton. And, yeah, we can upgrade our coach. Got 15 points to spend. So, motivator we can use when quarterbacks or when players are drafted in the top 3 rounds. I don't think any of our players are going to be drafted, though. I'm trying to think if we have anybody. Langston Patterson, but we've already done it for linebackers. He could go top. I doubt he goes first 2 days, though. Defensive lineman, not sure. As far as recruiter goes, we can use some more points in here. Let's increase our weekly hours for... Let's see what we want to do here. Yeah, we'll increase weekly hours for defensive linemen. And let's do both of these for the secondary. There we go. And yeah, we will sim again. Bowl week 1 of 4. We'll sim to bowl week 2 of 4. I mean, could just sim the entire way. Obviously, we're not in a bowl game. Jonathan Canty commits. Receiver from Tennessee. Oh, no. Cortez Kike going to Virginia. Not great. So maybe we will have to take... What's his name? Jalen Wing, I think his name is. The pass protector if he commits. Take a look at the playoff bracket. Kansas State beat Charlotte 29-7. USC upsets North Carolina. Wow. The 2-point win for USC. North Carolina back-to-back losses. Then Oklahoma destroys SMU. And Florida beats Oregon in a shootout 49-35. But we will just quickly sim once again. Not going to spend too much time here trying to get through this quickly. We can get the actual offseason. And let's see here what we have in the playoffs again. Kansas State beats Arizona State 34-31. Georgia easily beats USC. Michigan destroys Oklahoma. And Florida upsets Clemson 44-42. Interesting. We got the 1 seed against the 5 seed and the 3 seed against the 7 seed as the semifinal matchups. We'll once again sim. Wonder if we'll get any commits. Nope. It's Florida and Kansas State in the national championship game. So that means Kansas State beat Georgia. They beat them 28-22. Florida beat Michigan 27-10 to set up a Florida-Kansas State national championship game. In Miami, by the way. That is interesting. Wonder who wins there. I'll take Florida. Their offense was really good, putting up 40 points in back-to-back games there, and 27 against Michigan. The national champion, our Coach Prestige, goes down. Just what we need. And Coach Stability goes down. We better not get fired. But let's see. National champion. It is Florida, 27-13, as they beat Kansas State and win the national championship. But before we get to the offseason, let's just go over our roster very briefly. We got definitely some players who are going to lose, obviously. We need a new quarterback, whether it's Jeremiah Morton, who's a 61 overall true freshman, whether it's St. Hilaire, Berlowitz, or the true freshman Larry. With Drew Dickey, Nate Johnson both graduating. Gillespie graduating. Spence, he's like a backup tight end. Cheryl, we've got another year of. Micah Bell, he better not transfer. But otherwise, our receiver is still fairly young. Stowers is done, out of eligibility. Same thing with Spence. Along the offensive line, Miles can come back for another year. Alex Ellis, hopefully we can get him involved next year. Some kind of starting position. Can all our linemen come back? I think so. Yeah, all our starting linemen can come back. That's nice. This guy came out of nowhere at the end of the season. He's graduating, but had a nice, fun few games. A very young on the right side. Although losing our top 3 defensive tackles, that could be bad. So we definitely need to maybe look there in the transfer portal. So we do have Dante Fogg coming in, the true freshman 4-star. Bryce Cowan's graduating, as is Langston Patterson. Rinaldi, who never played, is also graduating. Then corners, we're going to lose a lot. Trudeau Burry, McPherson, Hardrick. Kind of tough, considering McPherson might have been our best player. Wow, Gaskin's up to an 85 overall. He's coming back for senior season, hopefully. Safeties, both will return. Looking pretty good. Obviously, still going to need to fill some holes in the team, but looking pretty good as we enter the offseason. Hopefully Micah Bell does not transfer. That's my number one thing right now. Pretty high risk of transfer. Blaze Berlowitz, risk of transfer. Don't really want to lose him. I just don't know who's our starting quarterback going to be next year. But let's see. Micah Bell, do not transfer. And he's transferring. We have a 0% chance to persuade him. Okay. So Micah Bell is transferring. Cameron Johnson, AJ Newberry, Alvin Williamson, Blaze Berlowitz, and Brian Longwell all transferring. And then are all these guys graduating? Yeah, nobody's even going to the draft. So much for trying to persuade anybody. I guess it's worth a chance. Yeah, failed. And let's see if we can get Berlowitz back. No. I mean, it said none. It just wanted to try. Well, that's disappointing. Micah Bell transfers. We'll have to see where he goes, but not ideal. But a great season for us. His 99 speed, insanely good. I guess good news is right tackle David Siegel stayed. But otherwise, not great. Draft results. Doubt we had anyone drafted. Yeah, exactly. We take a look at the offseason recruiting and the transfer portal. Transfer portal is now open. We got a lot of recruits. Went over them all before. We got to put all our hours back on, but a lot of players looking pretty good and close to commitments. Everyone talk about these running backs. Talk about them in a second. But we take a look at the transfer portal. Let's see. Is there any players who could be interested in coming here? Hopefully. First off, any quarterbacks? Bryce Archie from Ohio. The only quarterback interested in us? Yeah. Okay. Or the only quarterback we even have a chance for. So, we could try to get Archie. He is a field general, 6'3", 212. He's 6th, or we're 6th for his interest. Could be interesting. Oh, so this guy Brown, a 4-star. I know he can't get him interesting. 4-star from San Jose State. The best quarterback? Oh, Holstein and Brown, okay. Archie apparently the 3rd best portal quarterback. We'll add him to our board. But, interesting. 4-star safety. Kylan Griffin interested in us. Although we're going to be battling with Miami, Georgia, Florida State, and Alabama. Not going to love our chances there. Anyone really interested in coming here? Middle linebacker with first interest who's 4-star. Denelius Johnson transferred last season and was interested in us. We almost got him. Now maybe he actually wants to come to Vanderbilt. That's interesting. We'll add him to our board. Gatewood defensive tackle, though just a 2-star. No idea to say this guy's name. He's a 3-star defensive tackle. Well, yeah, now we have to take some guys off our board before we can add some more. But, yeah, I'll go through and then I'll go over who I've added to our board, and we'll get there in a second. Alright, so here are the transfers I added to our board. First, Bryce Archie, quarterback. Talk about him. Now, not really sure how great he'll be. I'd much prefer a scrambling quarterback as opposed to a field general. But we do have the hours to scout them, so we will. 73 speed. Okay. We'll offer him. Obviously, we got to go through and put up all our hours back on. I'm not going to show that just to save time. But, let's see. Who else did I put on their board? Don't think I put any tackles. No, I did. 1 tackle. Desmond Jackson, a freshman. Kind of like our competition here. We're currently first in him. He's a 3-star. 6'4", 310 from Clemens, North Carolina. 75 run block. 75 pass block. That seems pretty solid. Definitely a power blocker. 90 strength. 76 agility. We'll offer him. I'm going to offer all these transfers. The next guy would be defensive end. J.J. Lowry. Another freshman. He is from Texas. A speed rusher. Finesse moves look pretty solid. Speed at 75 could be a lot better. 85 finesse moves, though, is pretty good. And then I think there might be one more. Alright, defensive tackle here. This guy, Matt. He is a run-stopping defensive tackle. Just kind of needs some more defensive tackles in general. Obviously, we do have Jonte Fogg committed, but... And then Calvin's kind of close. Well, not really close. The only team to offer him. We're well behind Eastern Michigan here for Matt, but... If they're Eastern Michigan, I kind of like our chances there. I think that's it. I don't think we put anybody else on our board. Oh, Denelius Johnson. How do I forget about him? I'm not even going to bother scouting. He's a great player. I believe we lost him to Auburn last week. Or last season, sorry. Send the house on him. Well, yeah, I'm going to go through, put a bunch of hours on, and then we will probably just sim to next week. And hopefully we can get some of these transfers. Obviously not next week, but hopefully just in general we can get these transfers. Alright, so we finished recruiting. Just added a bunch of hours. Don't really need to show that. But we'll advance to week 2 of recruiting. Hopefully we stay in a good spot for all these recruits. Putting together a pretty good recruiting class. I know I've said that a lot, but it is looking quite good. Alright, a receiver commits. Azur commits. Okay, I don't even think I added hours to him. And we're in first for everybody. Alright, definitely like to see that. Got a couple more commitments. Our recruiting class is quite good. I don't know if we're like top 10 like we used to be, but we are 19th in the country. Not bad. At least I wouldn't think so. With a good amount of 4 stars. Let's see. Our transfers. I don't know why only some of them are showing up here. There's definitely more. But I just sent the house and all our transfers. Alright, Cornelius Johnson we fall to 4th in, despite sending the house. Behind Duke, Notre Dame, Alabama, and Vanderbilt. Okay, he definitely likes his academics. We know 2 of his... Let's schedule a visit with him. And might as well just get it as soon as possible. We'll go playing style. With Cornelius Johnson. We can also actually add 15 more hours to him. Archie... We already know his hard sells. Wow, that was quick. I'm still not completely sure if we want him. I mean, we can always take him. He doesn't have to start for us. But he's pretty accurate. Got a strong arm and 90 throw power, though 73 speed is a little bit concerning for the type of quarterback I like to play with. 81 deep accuracy, 78 throw in the run. Definitely seems good. Keep it like that for now. And then Matt. He is... Jump up to first with him over Eastern Michigan. Got a lot of influence from our scholarship offer. And sending the house. And then one more transfer, I believe it is. It is obviously the tackle. The freshman transfer, Desmond Jackson. So, if we get Jackson, we're going to stop trying to recruit Jalen Wing. We are in first with him. I still have no idea what's happening. We don't need to take 10 million linemen. We've already got 6. Yeah, 7 linemen is kind of a lot, so. I'll just keep Jalen Wing like that. Or now that we got a Zur, we'll just take him off our board. And the Desmond Jackson, we sent the house on him. We know 2 of his hard sells. We can get him on campus soon as well. And I think we can just do him. We can get all these guys sooner rather than later. Get them on campus as soon as possible. But, I think we're in a good spot for most of these guys. I just don't think we're going to be able to get this guy. Colorado's got a pretty good lead. Oh, Lowry. Why do only half our transfers show up in that transfer tab? But J.J. Lowry, good thing I checked here. We are... Take the lead for him over Texas A&M. Could be hard to hold them off, especially he's from Texas. We'll put him in week 3. We'll go conference prestige for him on his visit. But otherwise, I think that should do it as far as recruiting goes. We can get Hutton on campus. No, we can't. We don't have enough hours. We can do that next week. Yeah, we will advance to the next week of off-season recruiting. Let's see. Any commits? Hopefully we stay in the lead. The frustrating part is Cornelius Johnson. I don't know why it says he now walked us out. And why were we first in his interest before? That's the frustrating part. I think we can get him, and then we can't. But Cornelius Johnson has walked us out. So he can get off our board. Quarterback. Archie, we are still in his top 5, or we're still first. Ahead of some group of 5 schools. We know his hard sells. Oh, we have, actually. And we can hard sell him, why not? Not going to get him on campus quite yet. We can find his hard sell any day now. There we go. Otherwise, we still should be in pretty good spots with these guys. Running back's the only team to offer him still. Got our receivers. Tight ends, okay, close to commitment from Robert Conte. But he's got a visit from Pitt. And Adai, still the only team to offer him. I'm fine with either one. I mean, neither team is truly amazing. Jackson, we have extended our lead over UAB. Georgia Tech in the mix as well. The visit with him hopefully went well. We can actually hard sell him now. Now that we know his 3. Really would like to see if we can get him. Seems pretty good. 75 run block and pass block. And he's just a freshman. He'll be a sophomore next year, but we'd like to see if we can get him. He'll definitely probably be our maybe starting left or right tackle next season. Defensive end, Lowry. Let's check him. We know his hard sells. A&M takes the lead. Okay. We can hard sell him. We will, but I'm not quite sure we'll be able to get J.J. Lowry. He's another freshman transfer, so a young guy. So we can... There, Matt. Let's see. We lead over Wake Forest. They take the jump over Eastern Michigan. And let's get him on... Oh, that is not what I meant to do. Let's get him on campus. We'll go this week. Conference Prestige. And, yeah, we can't hard sell him yet. See, Hutton, we're still in the lead with. We can get him on campus, too. Yeah, it's going to be academic prestige for him. Middle linebackers, we're good. Yeah, I think that's going to do it for recruiting this week as well. We will advance to the final week of the offseason recruiting. Archie commits. Maybe he's our starting quarterback. Who knows? Desmond Jackson commits. Okay. J.J. Lowry commits over Texas A&M. Let's go. Let's go. We still got a few guys to commit. But Lowry committing, that's nice. In the final week of off-season recruiting. Let's see. Running backs, still the only team to offer both of them. So they're going to commit. Tight ends, still lead for both. So definitely closing the gap. Let's hard sell him. I think he's probably the better player. I mean, I don't know if ranking means anything, but Conte definitely the better tight end as far as positional ranking goes. 40 compared to 75. And Adai the 1700th player, whereas Conte top 1000 player. We can get him on campus too, why not? The conference prestige, and we will also hard sell. Yeah, not really sure if the ranking means anything. Probably would, but I'm not really sure. We've got 4 tackles, kind of a lot, but yeah, 7 linemen in total. So it's a lot. DV, yeah, he's not coming to Vanderbilt. Calvin's still the only team to offer him. Matt, we get him on campus. We're close-ish to commit, competing with Akron and Eastern Michigan. Hutton close to commitment. Wesley Spears exists, not really pursuing him, but he's there. And yeah, that's pretty much the rest of it. Right? I didn't miss any transfers. No, Matt, the only guy. And we can put an extra... Actually, we can hard sell him, and then put friends and family. I don't know why I just realized that. See where his... There we go. That is going to do it for off-season recruiting. Hopefully that guy Matt commits. I'll have to figure out how to say his last name. But we simmed through week 4 of 4 of off-season recruiting. And Hutton commits. Nice. Matt commits. Calvin commits. Conte will go to Pitt. Also, 3 guys just still don't commit. The running back and the other tight end. National Signing Day. Let's see. How good was our class? I feel like we ended up pretty good. We finished... Okay, maybe not as good as I thought. 25th. 30 commits, 6 4-stars, 24 3-stars. I think that's pretty good. As far as transfers go, it's probably not great. 38th. Whereas recruits, we are 26th. Overall, we finished 25th. I think that's pretty good. We're a 3-9 team. Because this type of recruiting class, to me, seems pretty good. Oh, Christensen does commit. Or he signs with us, but apparently never committed. Same thing with Galladay. Well, let's check some of these dev traits. Impact for Archie and Larry. Normal for both running backs. Normal for the receivers. Conte going to Pitt. But normal for Robert to die. Jackson has impact. Same thing with Tranquil. Azur and Josh Kunn has normal. Talked about the lineman already. DV goes to Colorado, no surprise. Lowry has normal. Calvin has impact. Matt has normal. Spears does commit, okay. Hutton's got star. And yeah, that's the only new stuff we have. But definitely excited for the future of Vanderbilt Dynasty. Do we want to change anybody's positions? Junior Sherrill, now our best player, 85 overall. Latavius Gaskins, 85 overall as well. And I'm pretty sure that's before off-season progression. Archie's a 73 overall. Larry's a 69. Oh yeah, we definitely needed to take a quarterback, now that I think about it, because Blaise Berlow is transferred. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Any skill caps... Alright, we can't see Larry yet. But we're definitely not switching any positions for quarterback. Running back, we've only got 3 running backs? That could be a problem. We got a ton of receivers, though. Canty, Robert, 67 and 65. Only 3 tight ends. I don't know why only some of our guys appear here. Khan is 67, Tranquil is 65. Francis is 66. I just think we're going to leave all these positions the same. Mitch Hill, Mark Aston, both high 60s. Azur's at 69. I think we're just going to keep a lot of these positions how they are. Boggs, 74. That's pretty nice. Matt's a 73. Hutton is 66. Sills already 75. Middle linebacker Boogie Torres is 73. Wesley Spears is 64. Ormond Warwoo's a 70, but he's going to be a edge rusher for us. Corners, Schillinger's a 74. Quincy's a 74. Kumar's a 68. Isaiah Sims is a 75 true freshman. Got to find a way to get him on the field. Aday's a 68. Yeah, I'm just going to leave all these positional changes the same. And now we all also know the overalls for pretty much every player on the team. Or at least some of the freshmen. So, let's see. Who can be better after offseason? Anyone 90 overall? Gaskins 87. Sure only goes up 1. Wow, Anthony Miles, our left tackle, an 85 overall. Wow, that could be good. He's up to 85. He's got... Here we go. 81 pass block, 91 pass block power, 77 pass block finesse, 78 run block, 90 power, 85 finesse. That's pretty nice. Let's see, who else we got? Any major changes? Fournette, 84. Wacky up to an 84 as well. Darren Hart up to an 83. Sewell to an 83. Zunk to an 82. McConnell to an 82. That's pretty nice. We're an 84 overall. 84 overall offense, 85 defense. Pretty nice. Morton up to a 64. Okay, still not great. Boya up to a 72. He'll probably be our starting running back. Brown has 97 speed. That's nice. Do you have a skill cap on his speed? Quickness is already maxed out. I think that's how that works. Tam up to a 72, so he's up 4. Tight ends definitely need help, although this guy, Bryson Coleman, an 80 overall is pretty nice. Alex Ellis up to a 77 as a backup left guard. That's nice. Nathan Crumpler to a 76. Manny Chestnut up to a 78. Future of our offensive line actually was kind of solid. Sergio Kraft. Hodge, wow. Hodge is to a 77. Yeah, our offensive line's got a pretty bright future. As long as these guys have, like they're not close to reaching their... That's not Hodges. They're not close to reaching their potential. Like, obviously, we want them to get... Why does it keep going to Siegel? There we go. Hodges... He's definitely got some skill caps. But he's getting there. Almost achieved his ceiling as a pass block. Looks to be a good one. 89 pass block. Not much of a run blocker, but... Yeah, future offensive line looks pretty good. We can go through this again. I know I just looked at all this stuff. Xavier Gwynn to a 76. Ulbrich to a 74. Nothing too crazy there. Put up to an 80. That could limit Boogie Tour's playing time, but maybe we'll redshirt him. Huron to a 78. Be a solid player, I feel. Corners. 284 plus corners. That's about it. And we got some young guys. Punters is 78, kickers in 79. Okay. But I think we're looking pretty good as far as the future goes. We've also got to find a way to spend some of these points and just get better. Tactician, let's see. We want to do anything in here. Might as well just do all this for quarterback. Can't really get any worse there. Got to figure who our starting quarterback going to be. Boost, pass block, and run block. I think we'll just do the rest of this for linemen as well. That's what we'll do in tactician. Try to get our players to reach or get the best as possible. We'll advance to the next week. I think that might be the preseason of season 3. If it is, that's where I'll cut the video. Oh no, we get to customize conferences and encourage transfers. Don't really think we're going to encourage transfers. We do definitely have some more players than we did before. We Nick's the player might want to consider wanting to transfer because he's never going to see the field. Yeah, we need all these quarterbacks. Honestly, we might start Larry. I'm not sure. We'll definitely have to make a decision. It's going to be a battle between him and Archie. St. Hilaire will be there. I hope he would improve a little bit more, but I'm not completely sure. Can't really encourage any of these running backs. Receivers. Yeah, we have a ton of receivers. I mean, probably won't hurt to have these guys, but I just don't really see a way where Nick sees the field. We do have a lot of linemen, but not going to encourage any of these guys to transfer. We don't have enough depth along the defensive line. Not going to encourage any of those guys. Corners, we just don't have the depth that you nowhere in the secondary. So we're just going to keep our roster. Not going to customize the conferences at all. And then we should be in the preseason, I believe. Yeah, there we go. Preseason of Season 3. Real quick, let's just check Larry's skill caps. I just want to see if they're that impactful. He says 72. Well, obviously, our quarterback's playing up a little bit. He's got 88 throw power, which is almost the weakest. Only behind Morton. Or only Morton's behind him. But Larry, he is by far the best runner. 77 ball carrier vision, 71 carrying. He's also got 82 speed, I believe it is. Yeah, 82 speed. Got 88 throw power, which isn't the greatest. St. Hilaire's got the best there. St. Hilaire also pretty good accurate. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's either going to be a start or a red shirt for Larry. I'm not completely sure what the plan's going to be there. But he's a good runner. I like to run my quarterbacks a lot. 6'4" as well, although just 197. Got some skill caps on as far as power goes. And elusiveness. Can get more accurate, which is very nice. Can't get too much faster. IQ can increase. Not really sure. I'll have to think about that. We'll probably play both quarterbacks. Maybe all three in our season opener. I don't know who that would be against. Oh, miss. Jeez. But, yeah, maybe we'll customize our schedule. But that's going to do it for the offseason number 2. Real quick, before I forget. As far as season 3 goes and the rest, I'm going to try to place more of the moments just because to help the Dynasty progress a little bit. Because if I play every single game, it takes a while for me to record it, edit it, and then finally upload it. So yeah, probably going to do something like play the moments for 2, play a full game for 1, and like play a full game every 3 or 4 games. But I think that's what I'm going to do. Let me know what you guys think of that in the comments. But that's going to do it for the off season between Season 2 and Season 3 of Vanderbilt Dynasty. Definitely think we're improving. I believe we're an 84 overall, I think we said. Yeah, 84 overall. Definitely have potential here. Maybe we can make a bowl game here in year 3. Really have to make a bowl game because our seat for Al Waysby recruiting is probably getting pretty hot. If we don't make a bowl game. Job security is now low at 74%. That still seems decent. But gotta be a lot better. Contract technically expires after the end of the season, so we need to earn a new contract. But yeah, that's going to do it for the offseason. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, turn notifications. I do my best to post as often as possible. Be sure to check out my main channel, Super Sports Central. Link in the description of this video. I do my best to post as often as possible, and I will see you in the next video.